you instruct them to release their fingers?
Okay, so the way to think about it is you're grabbing, if you like, bottling some of that good feeling. So when somebody elicits the state and you see them, you go, remember a time you felt good, and everything about them, their physiology tells you, yeah. And if you're not sure, just ask them, are you feeling good? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling motivated? Whatever it is you're trying to elicit. And then at that moment, you squeeze thumb and fingers, and they hold the thumb and fingers, and then you might run the movie 3 or 4 times with their fingers squeezed. Then they can relax it and then do it again. And then do it again. You want to get, and then test it, go, squeeze your thumb and fingers together. Do you feel the feeling? And they go, oh yes. Or if they go, not really, go back and do it again. That's how it works.
And do you then instruct them, okay, you can release your fingers when you're done going through?
That's right. What you would say is squeeze your fingers together while you're feeling the good feelings. You're trying to link the two. And then relax, and then squeeze them together again, and relax, and squeeze them together again, relax. Then squeeze them together. Oh, there you go. The good feelings come back. That's how it works, yeah? Thank you. No problem. Actually, any questions at all? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question regarding the different techniques. So far, we kind of learned one technique and we practice it. And the last one, when we make someone feel good, I was thinking if we could like mix some techniques together.
Yes.
And okay, so that's possible.
Oh, yes. In fact, it's not just possible. I think it's exactly what you should be doing.
Okay.
The idea is you take all the different bits here, things like deep relaxation, holding one point, anchoring, you know, touch here, or the sliding anchors, things like role model step in, or imagining a better you and step into it, the visual squash, the swish technique, here we are, and whoosh, and things like that, timelines. But the thing to do over the next few days, the next few weeks and months actually, if you can, is just practice this, practice it on everyone, you know, just find anyone and everyone. I mean, I've got to tell you, when I started learning this, I'd been in a restaurant, and I can't remember, there was a girl where she had been biting her nails, and we got in conversation. She was a waitress, and she said, oh, I just can't stop biting my nails. I said, have a seat, will you, please? Bunged her into a trance and told her to stop biting her nails. And I went back there like a few weeks later, and she went, look at these, eh? And she said, your pizza's on me today. So I practiced on everyone, family members, friends, people. I'd go to a party and just bring up, I'm learning hypnosis, you know, and just wait and see, oh, yeah, etc. And other people, like, really, do you think you could help me with? So people will be largely intrigued by it. You'll have plenty of people to practice on. And if you're already a coach, by the way, those of you that are coaches, you've just got a whole new set of tools to go in your bag.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's going to take it to a whole new level.
Hi, I'd like to ask, you know, I've since I found Mindvalley, I've learned that I can digest what I've learned already in my notes. I can kind of look through it and organize what I've learned. I can separate it into methods and theory, and also kind of rewrite it and compact it, and so I don't end up with all these notes that are just stacked away. So I'm trying to structure my unconscious mind to do that more automatically, and I know the basics of habit building.
Yep.
But is there anything we can do, or I can do to not force myself to build that new habit by just repeating it day in and day out? Can you apply hypnotherapy for that?
Hang on a minute. So what's your objective, sir, just so I'm clear?
Kind of to find the golden nuggets in what I've learned already and make the most of what I've...
So, yeah, no, I'd see that's a great idea. Do you know what I would do, if it were me? You know how to relax. You got the slider, so you relax yourself, and before you do it, you go, I want to find the golden nuggets in what I've just learned, right? And pull the slider down and go into a trance and let your unconscious mind show you. Right? You can do this. You can do this anytime you feel like it, or you could do it before you go to sleep at night. And the next day you'll go, oh, there was that, there was that, there was that. The way we've been doing this, I think you're going to find the golden nuggets anyway. See, some people are more drawn to one technique than another. Some people, they're really into the language. Other people, it was about anchoring. Other people, you know, and which is fine. I mean, I prefer some more than others, but that doesn't mean even the ones that. I wouldn't say I dislike any of the techniques, but I find myself using some more than others. Or I go through a phase, right? You know, like when I first learned havening, that's all I wanted to do, right? And I suddenly was just all about it. When I learned tapping, I was tapping everything. I was, and so and now it's just, you know, this is just another one in my repertoire. So I think this is a great idea. Ask your unconscious to show you the golden nuggets, and just notice over the next few days you'll be doing this with everybody.
I have a couple questions for you.
Okay, where did we go? Oh, sorry,
Right here.
Joy, yes.
Yes. Okay, when I was on stage and you anchored me,
Yeah.
do I need to be unanchored?
No, yeah, I did unanchor you. What I did was I said, all the hypnotic suggestions as part of the show are removed now. You're back to your normal self in every way. So that's a meta cancel suggestion for a lot of it, or negation suggestion. Yeah. So you're fine now. But you're absolutely right. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Nobody has ever gone home believing they're Napoleon or whatever it is. I mean, there were a bunch of people about 30 years ago that made some claims. There was a big furore in England, and all these people said, yes, I once went to a stage show and I was a washing machine for a week and things like this. And they were investigated, and they were all found to be either making it up or they were kind of mad anyway. That was the conclusion of the psychiatrists and psychologists who examined them. So no, you're perfectly fine.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Thanks very much.
I have a question. Is there any age here?
Oh,
Hi.
sorry. Hi.
Is there any age limit in using hypnotherapy? Can I use it on kids?
Yeah, you can. No, there's no age limit as far as I know. It might be different in different countries, but I'm not aware of anything that certainly in Europe. I mean, there's a few countries where they have got nutty restriction, and it's a turf war. I think in Sweden you've got to be a medical doctor to do it. It might not be the case, but then you just don't call it hypnosis. You just call it coaching, call it therapy. Yeah. So often you just change the name of it if you get some sort of issue like that. No, when people say to me, "Who are the best hypnotists?" I say parents. They're saying all these suggestions at a very impressionable age. Bedtime stories are a lot like hypnosis, aren't they? And it's things like, why do you always do that? Oh, I always do that. That can be like a hypnotic, as I mentioned, things that if you say to a parent, be quiet, that might inhibit them. If you encourage them, hey, not right now, but why don't we try this? So I mean, I don't have kids myself, but I was one once, so I know a little bit about it. But, those first 7 years form, as I mentioned, the character. And I think basically we should be teaching self-esteem and NLP and hypnosis and that in schools. I mean, we are anyway, we're just not calling it that. It's just the way our factory-style education system conditions people. And so there is no age problem at all.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you. Who will be next? Sid. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Yeah. Hi. So first of all, thank you for everything. I'm super excited to implement it in my practice as a coach. Can we use it already? Or do we need like a waiver or something?
Use it. Yes. Please use it with everyone. The idea is that you guys are already, many of you coaches, and you're working with people, so you've got fresh meat. You've got people to go test this on, right? And the idea is that as a coach, you want to elicit resource states and things. So yes, that's the absolute idea. Yeah, you please go out into the world and do as much research and as much practice as you possibly can.
So nothing legal that we can.
You need insurance if you're actually working as a healthcare professional. Yeah, but you should have that as a coach anyway, right? I mean, it's not particularly expensive, but it's essential to have that. No, there's nothing that you need. I mean, the thing is, you're allowed to talk to people, and that's really what hypnosis is. You're allowed to ask them to imagine things. You're allowed to touch the side of someone's arm with their permission. It's a smart question though. What's the legal on it? In some places, to call yourself a hypnotist, if you're not a medical doctor, is what they were trying to bring in this law years ago in California, that you couldn't induce an altered state in somebody unless you were a hypnotist. That's right. Unless you were a doctor, I think it was. That's right. You couldn't induce altered states. Now, when two people make love, they induce altered states in each other. So what does this mean? Everyone who has to get married has to become a doctor. I mean, it's just nuts, right? Oh, the joy it's given me over the last few decades, annoying the living daylights out of establishment creatures who think they can control us. Oh, yes. When I did a show about 20 years ago with these people who were incurable, one of my friends who's a psychologist rang me up and he went, "Will you just knock it off, mate? Stop it. Stop these miracle cures on television. You're making it hard for the rest of us," as a joke, right? So, you have to check out the rules and regulations, but they can't stop you from talking to someone and asking them to imagine things. So as long as you don't call it hypnosis, it's imagination therapy. It's, closed eye process. It's whatever it is.